Well, welcome back, class, for one more time with Mr. Cruz. So I'm happy that you guys are joining me one last video here. There's really no reason for you to be here other than you want to hear me yabber on for a few minutes and wrap up this school year that has been an extraordinary one. Let's start with I have no new assignments for you. This is just going to be a review of our year, talk a little bit about the learning that you did do, and looking forward to the summer. Some things that you can and should and must do. Required reading is also, I will mention, and as well as recommended reads. And I do want to wrap up with there's important things going on in the world. Yes, from COVID to Black Lives Matter and things happening in our world around you right now and throughout the next coming weeks and months that you are a part of, and we all are. So I think it's worthy of talking about in this one last video of the year. If we were in class, of course, we'd have much better discussions on these topics, but bear with me as I guide you through in a few minutes here, our last shot. So, okay, I want to start with remembering that we've had a pretty good year together. I know that's hard to believe considering current climate of things, but if you think back to we had 3/4 of our school year together. All right, you read, you did projects, you met and worked with your friends and new friends together in your classes and your groups within my class. So there was a lot that we did this year. I don't want you to look back on this year simply as, oh man, what a wasted year. It ended as such. Well, it started as a year of learning where we had an English class that some of you were new to me, some of you I've had in past years, or I've known for several years. So, think about the positive. There was still that, and there is still that moving forward. All right, so where we stand this year and this summer and 2020 being I'll keep calling it an extraordinary year. Not a terrible year, although that's an easy moniker to give it. Okay, so that was what we've done for 3/4, and then this past fourth quarter, distance learning. I'm hoping that you've learned a few things from this. And number one, that teachers are cool and wonderful to have and beneficial to your life. And hopefully at the end of this, you're eager to come back to school. So there will be school once again. And I hope you guys learn the value of having a place that you can go to that's academic, that we can help each other to continue learning subjects and things that are beneficial to you. But without having that place to go to over the last couple months, have you discovered for yourself that you can continue to learn, that you should be making an effort to educate yourself with resources that are available to you, whether free and on the internet for the world to see and use, or through the district and resources that teachers and school district has provided you? Okay, you might not love Edgenuity and you're sick of doing it for my class, but the truth is, those are teachers and English skill lessons that you will still need beyond whatever grade level you're at right now. So if it's something that you can continue doing over the summer so that you do not regress as a learner, you do not regress in any way as a person who is developing and becoming more knowledgeable, stronger in mind, better student, better future citizen of the world. All right, that's what you're striving for. Don't sit back and sleep off this time at home because the world is on lockdown. Therefore, there's nothing I can do about it. Yes, there is. Get up, seek the resources, spend your time wisely in looking for things to do that will better you. So whether it's my subject or any other subject that you are required to learn and you know will be necessary for your schooling, or this is the cool part, what about things that are not offered at school. Learn an instrument, learn a new language. I mean, use your time to benefit the things that you find interesting, but use your time wisely and productively. And I think there's not wasted time. Not a minute of it in a day should be wasted, where you should be doing something that helps you or the world around you in one way or another. Now, there are certain things that you are required to do. So let's talk about summer reading assignments. Yes, they still exist. So look, I think this year more than ever, you should be encouraged to read a book. And that's what, in all grade levels in our school, that's what the required assignment is, to read a book. You'll have some kind of assignment that hasn't been quite decided just yet when you return to us. So whether it's a quiz or an essay or something to do in relation to the book, sit down this summer and read at least one book, this required one, but I will give you options of other books that I recommend, that I hope you take the time to read. So, okay, I'm recording this for all my students all together, so I'll go very quickly. 8th grade, you need to read A Separate Peace. So that's a good 20th century classic. We've picked each of these books that are easily available online. You could download them. We don't want you to have to go out shopping at a bookstore during this time. So, although you should support your local bookstores. But if you find a PDF version online, these should be easily available, and study guides along with them. We've had that talk throughout the year. Yes, I see a value in internet study guides. Use them together with having read the book. So please read the book and analyze it together with the online resources. All right, let's go back to 8th grade was A Separate Peace. 10th graders, you're moving into 11th grade, and the required reading there is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. So another good old classic. So it's free, copyright free, and easy for you to download and find. So read Frankenstein. My AP Lang students, incoming AP Lang students, you have a selection of books that I won't go into right now, but they're nonfiction books, and they are on my website and also the school's website. So if for any of these summer assignments, if you go to mass3.com and you look under the students tab and you find summer assignments, you'll see for your English and math classes the books that you need to read. So you have an assignment to go if you're coming into AP Lang. And finally, my current AP Lang students, I don't know. I haven't spoken to Miss Ruiz yet. She was still deciding, but I'm sure she will post, and I will get to you as soon as we can what book to read for AP Lit if you're going into AP Lit. And yeah. Okay, so those are required reads. Recommended reads. I'm hoping that you guys find the time this summer to read stuff. Okay, that's one of the ways that you can continue to educate yourself, and I've done this for my students the last few years, which is I have a handout that I would give you with titles and books that I've read, that I love, that I think would benefit you one way or another, whether some are old classics, some are more contemporary fiction, nonfiction, but that list is now available on our Teams pages. So go to your class and Teams and look under the class materials folder. So in your files, class materials, you will find our recommended reads. And that's a list of books that hopefully you knock off 1, 2, 3, 5 of those over the summer, and talk to me about them. Shoot me a message or remind. I won't delete our remind classes maybe till early next year when I get new students. But you're free to talk to me over the summer, you know, to whatever extent we can, kind of like we have been. Seems like a good time to bring up one last time to see each other face to face live. We have Zooms coming up later today. I'm actually recording this Monday morning, June 1st here. And so you have your schedule. I've posted it on Teams already, and I sent you a remind with that link. So I'll hopefully be seeing all of you a little bit later today for, again, one last time to wrap up this year. Speaking of wrapping up this year, I don't want to say goodbye without addressing obvious things happening in the world. We are members of this community and this world around us. And over the past few months, it has been COVID, and that's, a pandemic affecting the world. You have a role in it. If your role has been just to stay home and stay safe, then that's the best thing you could be doing. Do it. As the world continues to open up, our community's life needs to go on. So you do need to get back out into the world and interact with people face to face. Once again, I'm hoping that at the end of this, we've learned to be a bit healthier. If that's what this has taught us in the long run, that sometimes we cover our mouths when we're face to face, or when we are sick, or when we're scared of getting sick from someone else. Okay, then wear a mask, wear covers when appropriate and necessary. Washing hands, just being generally cleaner people, healthier people, from what you eat to how you treat yourselves and your body. I mean, all in all, if a pandemic is what it takes for us to be a little bit more conscious about being healthy, then let's look at that as a positive that we come out of this. Then another thing that's happening more recently in the past week, and I cannot ignore the protests that are happening all over America. Yeah, we're in a situation, and we have been in a situation where race relations in our country is not an ideal system. We have not learned well enough in this country to value humans of different races. So Black lives do matter, and we need to get that across, because it is a problem and it is wrong the way that our society is treating Blacks, Browns, okay, so Hispanic, Latinos, minorities in general are being treated unequally. And that's a problem that we need to address. So here's where I'm talking to you, a teacher to a young person. What is your role in this? I'm hoping your role is not being out on the streets. I think that might be dangerous. So keep yourself safe. So just like COVID is keeping inside and keeping yourself safe, well, what role can you do for either of these? Well, for COVID, become a scientist. You're in the right school for that. Okay, become a scientist. Educate yourselves on things that could help society. Well, with inequality, injustice in America, you need to educate yourselves also. So reading from different perspectives, reading books. Again, there's a couple books on my recommended reads that I think enlighten you on issues in America today and what your role could be in it. I want your role, right now at least, to be that of educating yourself. That's what I do. That's what I've devoted my life to. I am not out there protesting in the streets. Although I have strong opinions on these issues, I feel my best weapon is education. That's what I've done my whole life, and that's what I encourage you guys to do throughout these years of your life, to educate yourself, build yourself, strengthen yourself as a knowledgeable person who knows issues, knows how to solve problems in these issues, and then you'll be ready to face the world and tackle these problems. And I do have hope. I do, I want to leave this year and this video not on a negative tone, but on that hope that, yeah, man, you guys have an opportunity to keep learning, keep educating yourselves, keep growing as beautiful individuals and becoming what we need in this country and what we need in this world. I mean, keep striving to making the world around you better than it was yesterday, either through science, through knowledge, through, fighting the right fight. And, that should be a course of your life, not just this summer. But it does start this summer. Okay, I've rambled on as I normally do. It's been a great year, and this wraps up that year. One last video. I'm saying goodbye, but I'll see you guys again. I mean, I love you guys. I really have enjoyed getting to know many of you. I mean, some of you I've known for years, as I've said. But, you know, we strengthen our bonds, and others we form those bonds, and hopefully they continue to strengthen over the coming years and next year when we get back to school. And I really do hope that we do get back to school in a fairly normal environment where we could see each other and, you know, if not have big, wonderful hugs, at least, you know, sanitary fist bump. I will see you guys again, and, you know, look forward to that day. Have a great summer, guys. Enjoy your time, but keep working at being a better you, and I'll still be here if you want to talk. All right, take care, y'all. One more time. Peace.